Thanks for tuning in. My name is Daisy. Today I would be talking about communication skills. Communication skills has two ways of communication. That means verbal and non-verbal communication. Today's topic is non-verbal communication because I would be concentrating on different parts of your body, the way you communicate. All right. So first, let's go with eyes. When you're talking to anybody directly, all right, you look into their eyes, but not gaze into their eyes directly. So the eye movement should be very gentle, all right? When you're talking to a person, it is very important that you look to them straight and uh, give them your eyes. So, eye contact, you would be looking into the person's eyes, but not completely into the eyes. The other person should not feel uncomfortable when you're looking. The eye should look very gentle, but at the same time, the person should feel that you're giving more importance to them, and slightly bend your upper body a little bit towards the person with whom you're talking, this way. So when you tilt your body a little bit, it shows that you're actively listening to them. Now, what do you mean by active listening? See, when somebody is talking, you just look into the eyes and do not do any kind of body movement or don't talk to them through nonverbal. The conversation becomes very dull and dead. So, to avoid that, it is very important that you tilt your body towards the person, showing him or her that you're interested in the conversation. Okay, that is called as active listening. Of course, active listening is through verbal communication also, but through non-verbal, this is the way it has to be done. And your hands should be always towards the person whom you're talking. Do not fold your hands downwards, or don't fold your hands this way. This is a very bad way of doing it because this shows that you are not accepting what the other person is talking about, or you're hurt by their comments or by their opinion. So do not do that. All right. So always have your palms open. This shows that you are very open, you're very genuine, you're accepting what the other person is saying, you're interacting. All right. And your leg movements. I have seen many people bending their legs to one side, or keep moving from one leg, their weight keep moving from one leg to another leg. This is also a very bad sign in communication. See, when we are talking to professionals, say for example, you're interacting with your customer or your client, it's very important that your body is in place and you use your body for communicating your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions. See, when I'm talking, I'm doing this with my hands. This shows that there's something next coming up. All right. Your complete body, the way you move. See, when you are in a moving conversation, when you're walking along and communicating with somebody, you slowly move towards the right side or you move towards the left side. You do these movements in order that you're going along with the person. So this is a very awkward situation. You're not sitting and talking to somebody. You're in a movement, all right, but at the same time it is very gentle and very nice. It's not rough and at times at once. So that's the way you move around and walk. Now when you're sitting, what is the way in which you sit? All right, you sit straight. All right, you don't put your hands on the table. All right, you place your hands on your legs. All right, the hands have to be shown to the other person. You don't have to hold it in a fist or hold it tight. This shows that you're not confident. And then your legs should always be placed on the floor this way, not crossed. Okay. And many of the guys and the girls, they have the habit of moving their legs or shaking their legs, which is also a very bad idea. You don't do that. Okay. So through your eyes you're very gentle, through your bodies you're very gentle when you're communicating, All right. And then in India, we have a habit of head movement. Okay, that's part of our culture. If you ask somebody, did you have your dinner? Then they would say, just shake their head or nod their head, or then they say, nod the head and then say yes. Okay, so this is the way we communicate in India. Of course, in a broad movement of the head for answering a question in terms of yes or a no is not advisable. So you use your mouth to reply to their question, but not your head. So just keep it in mind that, and this is also a thing that happens when you're talking to a customer over a phone. We nod our head, but the customer is not looking at you. He doesn't see you. He only listens to you. So it is very important you cut down on this habit. You know why I'm concentrating more on the non-verbal part of communication is every day we go for interviews, we meet new people, we go for client meetings, or we just go for shopping, we go out and meet friends and family. So it is very important part of our life that we develop the non-verbal way of communication. 35% of communication depends upon what you're saying, the actual language. But non-verbal communication is 65%. So you are the better judge. You know 35% is better or 65% is better. So even if your language wise not so good, you're still making grammatical mistakes. I understand it is difficult, but it's still okay. What you need to concentrate on the major chunk, which is 65%, and it is in fact the most important part in communication. All right. The next comes after your body language. Okay, this is just the basics. We have a lot to do. The second is your tone of voice. See, voice plays an important role in communication. The more softer and gentler you are when you're talking in a normal conversation, the other person gets attracted to it. If the voice is harsh or rough, or it doesn't sound good, people don't like it. So we have to modulate the voice. So I have many students who are having problems with the voice, like their voice is very harsh, or they sound the voice is very thin, or the sound is very thick. So these are the kind of problems that many of us we have in our voice modulation. Even that can be dealt very easily with simple tips and tricks. All right, so we have covered the body language, we've covered the tone of voice. Now comes your actual communication. All right, when you're talking to somebody. So when you're talking, please make sure that you reciprocate in the conversation. That means if a person says about something like, oh, today's weather is very bad, or today's weather is extremely good, I want to go out fishing, or I want to go for an adventure sport. So that's the time, it's an excitement news that they have given. So how do you reciprocate that? Oh wow, that's a beautiful thought. Even I was thinking of the same thing. So this is the way you reply. So the energy levels are really high. So the energy in your body, okay, through your body language, through your voice, and energy can be seen through the eyes also. The twinkling of the eyes when something nice that you hear, people love it. All right. So it is important that the energy levels are always maintained, and it is in the same way where it has to match with the person. Okay, this concept is called as mirroring. For example, you see, you hear somebody telling that somebody passed in their family. So this is a very bad news for them. Okay. However, this does not reflect you in any way. However, humanity is something that you have to show up in conversation and communication. So a bad news when you hear, what you need to do is say something like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear. That must be very, very upsetting to you. Hope you will recover from the loss. So when you say this kind of nice words to people, they love it, and it creates an emotional bonding. All right. Now, communication is all to interact. It simply means you interact with the other person. Interaction happens good or well when you are matching up the standards of the other person. Say, for example, if somebody doesn't speak good language, they understand the body language very well. So, what do? You have to appreciate them. If that is the situation, all that you do is just pat on their back. So, when pat on the back, it shows that you are appreciating the person. So, you're not using any words, but you're just using your hands to pat on their back. So I hope this video that you're watching, you would make a lot of changes in the way you're communicating through your body. All right. I hope you have a good eye contact, good hand movement, good leg movement when you're sitting, when you're standing, when you're in public places, or even when you're in an interview. I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much.